Hello everybody, today I am going to be ranking my top 25 roller coasters in the world. Fair warning, I have only been in the US and Canada for theme parks. So all the theme parks I have been to, I will list them in the description below. Also, as of April 2026, I have 190 roller coaster credits, so if you're in the top 25, you're doing pretty good. I would also consider every single one of the top 25 to be an elite coaster, a 9.5 to 10 out of 10. Before the ranking starts, I'm going to list some honorable mentions. These just sadly could not make the cut, but they are still great rides. So we got my three favorite B&M Hypers. We got Mako, Diamondback, Goliath, and then we have the Beast, Orion, Siren's Curse, and Stormrunner. These are all still great rides, but let's get on to the top 25. At the number 25 spot, we have Montu. This ride has some excellent theming and is by far the most intense and best invert I've been on. The standout element is definitely the Batwing. It's super intense and pulls some crazy G-forces. The trenches you go through in the second half of the ride are also great. At the number 24 spot, we have B&M's first shot at a Giga Coaster, Leviathan, and they pulled it off and did a really great job. The best part of this ride is definitely the speed hill after the first turnarounds, and it gives some great lateral floater airtime. The rest of the ride consists of a turnaround, which isn't as good as other B&M Gigas, but it does have more hills that give great floater airtime. At the number 23 spot, we have Millennium Force, which is Intamin's first try at a Giga Coaster, and they also did a phenomenal job. Some people claim this ride is forceless, but this ride actually gives some great airtime pops. But the best thing about this ride is how it showcases its speed. If you're in the front row, your face will feel like it is being ripped apart. Also, this coaster has by far the best setting of any coaster, right beside Lake Erie. Coming in at the number 22 spot, we have Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This RMC hybrid is great, and it's a shame that it doesn't duel much, because if it did almost every time, it would definitely be higher. But this ride has some of the best elements of a dueling coaster on any dueling coaster in the world. The best parts of this ride is the insane ejector lateral pop you'll get on the green side after the first drop, the double up, and the stall. Coming in at the number 21 spot, we have Thunderhead at DollyWood, which used to be my favorite wooden coaster in the world, but is definitely the best GCI that I have been on. It has insane lateral ejector pops of airtime throughout the ride. I really enjoy the station flyby and the curved drop. Coming in at number 20, we have Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. This is a bit of a smaller scale RMC hybrid, but it is awesome what it packs into that layout. The first half consists of these camelbacks that are insane and give great ejector airtime. The barrel roll down drop is also amazing and gives some of the best hang time on any coaster in the world. Then the second half consists of lateral ejector airtime pops that are a bit painful. Coming in at number 19, we have Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. This Intamin family coaster has a whopping 7 launches on it and is one of the best family coasters in the whole world. Even though it might not be as thrilling as some other coasters on this list, its theming and layout well makes up for it. It even has animatronics and some surprises in the Forbidden Forest that I won't spoil. Coming in at number 18, what I actually believe to be the best family coaster in the world is Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind at EPCOT. This Vekoma family spinning coaster would be perfect if you could pick your song on it, which is real. I don't know why they haven't even done that yet, because I really want to get Everybody Wants to Rule the World. But what it packs into the layout is really great, and it's a really fun ride that's themed to one of my favorite movies ever. Coming in at number 17 was the formerly tallest roller coaster in the world, Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point. The first launch isn't too crazy, but when you go backwards, that launch sends you 101 miles per hour up a vertical spike in the back row at night is one of the craziest moments on any roller coaster I've ever been on. And then after you go on the spike, you go 120 miles per hour up this top hat, and it gives some crazy floater ejector airtime. Coming in at the number 16 spot, we have Baby Velocicoaster, or Pantheon, the Intamin multi-launch coaster. This coaster is absolutely incredible because of the swing launch. The swing launch is where it's at, and the best point on the whole ride is when you're going backwards over that ejector airtime pop on the swing launch. It is insane. But what else it packs into that layout is the really nice outer bank, stall, and the wave turn, which gives great airtime. Coming in at number 15, we have the craziest roller coaster I have ever been on, X2, the Aero 4th Dimension coaster. This coaster is so crazy that it made the company that designed it, Aero, go bankrupt. This ride is so crazy because when you're doing inversions, the seat is flipping you 360 degrees. But what it packs into this layout is so amazing, and it would be a lot higher if it wasn't so dang rough. Coming in at number 14, we have the best roller coaster in California, Ghost Rider, the CCI Woody Retract by GCI. This roller coaster has some of the best pacing on any roller coaster I've ever experienced. The drop after the mid-course gives insane ejector airtime, and the whole second half has great pacing with lateral ejector airtime pops. This is also one of the best night rides on any roller coaster in the world, especially if you're in the back row. Coming in at the number 13 spot, we have Lightning Rod at DollyWood. This is also the best roller coaster at DollyWood. It is a great RMC hybrid roller coaster. It used to have topper track, but then they replaced most of it with steel. This has insane laterals and insane ejector airtime moments, specifically that quad down. It is one of the best finales on any roller coaster out there, and one of the best elements on any roller coaster out there. Coming in at number 12, we have probably one of the most ferociously paced RMCs out there, Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey Park. This thing, if there wasn't a reward for the best laterals on any roller coaster, I would have to give it to Wildcat's Revenge. It has some of the most violent ejector pops of any roller coaster. The inversions are great, and even the pre-lift is great. And then the ending part where it snaps you to the side into the brake run is super violent. Coming in at number 11, we have the Intamin Hypercoaster Skyrush. This thing is ridiculously intense, and I believe it has the best drop on any roller coaster in the world, specifically if you are sitting in a left wing seat in the back row. You cannot say you have ridden Skyrush if you have not ridden it in the left back row wing seat. It is absolutely ridiculous. The airtime is some of the most violent ejector on any roller coaster in the whole world. Kicking off the top 10, we have the Intamin Launch Coaster Maverick at Cedar Point. This ride first starts off with an insane drop, which gives you ejector airtime. You got 2 whippy inversions, a few whippy switchbacks that are insane, and then you go to the second launch, which I would argue is one of the best launches on any roller coaster in the entire world. After that second launch, it is pure fun. This is one of the most fun roller coasters in the entire world. And if you say this is better than Steel Vengeance, that's perfectly fine and acceptable with me. But this has some insane lateral ejector airtime pops and is arguably a perfect roller coaster. Moving on to number 9, the, in my opinion, superior launch coaster and also the best roller coaster in Canada by a long shot, Alpenfury at Canada's Wonderland. This is Premier Ride's magnum opus and is their best ride by far. This thing has 9 inversions, including a stall and a Fury 325 inverted turnaround, and as well as a double inverting top hat. The launch on this thing is also insane, and every inversion gives you upside down ejector airtime. But yeah, this coaster is ridiculous. Coming in at number 8, we have Stardust Racers at Epic Universe, the Mock Rides launch coaster. Let me tell you, this thing has some punchy launches on it. The first launch is super punchy. The second launch is also great, leading you into the Celestial Spin. I prefer the green slide a tad bit more, going up into the spin rather than yellow going downwards, but both of these sides are great and have insane ejector airtime and laterals, and it also has some of the best dueling elements on any dueling coaster in the world. Next up at the number 7 spot, we have the B&M Giga Fury 325. This roller coaster has one of the best drops in the world and is by far B&M's best roller coaster. It has a unique layout filled with lateral floater airtime hills, a really unique treble clef turnaround section, a nice helix with a good head chopper, and some speed hills to end the ride off. Also, it has the dive into the hive dive, which is probably my favorite part of the ride. Next up, we have the best wooden coaster, the Intamin prefabricated wooden coaster El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. This thing has some of the most painful, intense, violent, ridiculous ejector airtime on the planet with those first 2 camelbacks and that rolling thunder hill. This ride is pure insanity and the pacing does not stop all the way until the end. The switchbacks at the end going left and right are insane. The speed hills are nice, and it is just all around a great coaster with one of the best drops of any coaster on the planet. Kicking off the top 5, we have Airy Force 1 at Fun Spot Atlanta. This RMC hybrid coaster is absolutely insane. It is definitely one of the best. I believe this has the best layout of any roller coaster on the planet, with its crazy inversions such as the Raven Trust Dive, that 5-second stall, and that arcade roll are all insane inversions, as well as the elite airtime moments like the double up the Outer Bank, which might be more powerful than Steel Vengeance's Outer Bank, and that insane quad down at the very end. It is ridiculous, and your thighs will have bruises on them in the morning. It blows my mind that this is at a Fun Spot park. At number 4, we have the Intamin Giga Coaster Pantherian, which I would say is the most intense roller coaster that I have ever been on, because it has made me black out and gray out. It is insane. The best part of this ride are definitely those whippy switchbacks that will whip your whole body side to side. This ride is insane, has some great laterals, and even has some nice airtime moments as well. This is an all-around perfect ride with ferocious pacing all throughout the ride. Coming in at number 3, another ride with ferocious pacing, the RMC Hybrid Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This ride is ridiculous and has some of the best airtime on any roller coaster in the world, has some incredible forces, incredible pacing. I love how the death roll, how it literally brings you back up a hill just so you can go down an inversion so you can gain more speed. That is next level. The wave turn is also an incredible moment on the ride. The stall's okay at best. It's pretty good still. And then you also have the double down into the helix at the end of the ride, which is a great way to end it. Coming in at the number 2 spot, the runner-up, Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point, the RMC Hybrid Hyper Coaster. This thing has the most airtime out of any roller coaster in the world with, I believe, 31 seconds of airtime. So that is actually ridiculous. There are some great inversions, like the upwards, death roll thing and the stall going down. I don't see many people talking about those, but those are some great inversions. The second half is just airtime galore as well. It never lets go the whole time. You got the 0G rolls in there. I could ride this ride all day. It is insane. But all of that is not enough to bring it to the number 1 spot. That honor goes to Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure, this Intamin launch coaster. This ride is insane. It has some of the best inversions on the planet, with the dive loop, the stall, and of course the Mosasaurus roll, which is my favorite moment on any roller coaster in the whole world. The first half is whippy with that dive loop, like I said, giving some really great ejector airtime lateral hills. It's insane. And then the second half is insane the whole way through. You hit that second launch, you go up the top hat, and you will be out of your seat the whole time. That airtime is ridiculous. You go into that stall, you go around, you get a nice pop of ejector airtime with the laterals mixed in. That's awesome. And then, of course, you end it with that Mosasaurus roll. This ride is perfect. And on top of that, you have the great theming. Well, there you have it. There is my top 25 roller coasters of 2026. If you think my list is awful and terrible, please tell me in the comments and write down your top 25 list in the comments below. Remember, the description has all the parks I've been to, so I haven't been on every single coaster in the US, but I hope to one day. But if you think my list is all good, terrible, tell me in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Bye-bye.